mistakes from game number 1. They are coming here with a multi-dimensional draft, but so is BTK. So it's an improvement on Evo Singapore's part, and BTK are still on that same level. With this Yu Zong, I feel like they do have a little bit of an edge on that range battle.
All right, let's see how much of an edge. Who can test their nerves here? Whoever breaks the living artillery, whether it be the real world manipulation or the feathered airstrike, is going to lose. It's time for game number 2. EVOS SG on the blue side with BK.
Previously it was Brody who has got the advantage here, but since the reinvention of the Renner build for the Beatrix, now teams have found out how to beat almost any lineup, and that is really what makes Beatrix an OP hero to me, because there's so many ways you can deal with the laning stage just because of having 4 weapons to boot.
Absolutely. Now we are going to get to the stage where, again, both teams, they don't really want to play very aggressively right now. They're still waiting on Karina to get that level 3 power spike, perhaps even the level 4 power spike. Same goes for Evo Singapore. They're just clearing the waves, getting some setup done, and then they might try to translate it to something. But both of the junglers doesn't want to go for anything. But now, Shark.
He already pops his Aegis very early on, even gets a couple of recalls in just to taunt him out a little bit. Kind of interesting there. I like the confidence coming out of BTK, but here we go. These are one of the odd moments where you can see just Mobazane. He's going to hard farm on this Barat. How far will this really go?
Well, it will really take far as far as the scaled lizard at this point, but Potato will want to answer this, and JPL as well.
Oh, this could be a potential early Daytona's welcome here. He's going to be locked in. That Mobazane realizes, man, that's a little unfortunate there. A little unfortunate indeed. Or it could be the interaction with the Guardian's Bulwark.
Exactly.
That's the one.
That's the thing I wanted to say. That was the interaction that they didn't expect, they didn't know. This is why the Lolita is such a good flex. It's such a good cheese pick that turns into a meta pick, and now a fight brews again.
Oh, yep, there we go. The Turtle is going to be going over to EVOS SG, but Victor now trying to engage this and force this fight here. Running in towards Mobazane's side, like the final blow already used. He finds a kill on the Matilda, but he's so low. Potato is in trouble. He dies. Over double kill going over to Gear, but Victor has done a very, very good job at finding these
kill onto Potato, but that was a clean kill. You had to die as well, and Mobazane, as we all know, with this Barat, needs to get the big guy stacks.
You can see that in the lack of the retribution holder for the side of BTK, they were able to get the turtle, and then eventually the control coming out from this Eve. This is really what makes Eve so strong in the metagame right now. The control of a massive amount of area and the early levels. So you don't need much items actually. It's because of the fact that you can just really spam out those skills. All you need is a little bit of a slow with the Ice Queen wand, and you're good to go. You can really fight as the Eve.
All right, all right. I mean, we're waiting for that one item, but for this initial engagement to trade against both Zira as well as Shark. Sayla backs away, and we're seeing Mobazane back on this top side and a full rotation at the same time.
I want to also add, you talked about the mystery shop onto Zia. He also went for the penetration boots, which normally isn't the choice for the mid lane Farsa, as you kind of have to depend on your mana or maybe some top boots so that you can get out of the fights. But this time, he wants to go offensive. He knows that he needs to deal the damage in a short period of time, and that's the understanding from BTK. It looks like it will be aggressive again.
Yeah, well, you know, speaking of aggressive, let's see how they're going to play out this mid lane. Both sides just taunting each other to see who's going to make that first move, but it looks like nothing is going to be different. Victor is going to start this initiation, but it's just to zone out the rest of the team.
Yeah, again, BTK really strives in these 5v5s. You know, when they just group up as 5, look for the neutral objectives, it's really good. But Evo Singapore, what they need to do is look for trades on the board. They can't really go and rotate like that, because that's the entire draft for BTK, as now an engage is going to happen.
Guardian Bulwark already up, and Fly Chicken didn't commit all the way through. Adamir's going to get a really good trade against him for now, but that just, it looks like there is no wave to crack open that tier 1.
A little bit of a disconnection in there as the Circling Eagle kind of...
Right now, Evo Singapore, they need to start playing for that bottom side. As you can see, Adamir is actually very good in this matchup. Actually doing very good. Even. He's going even against Fried Chicken, and that's the thing. When Brody goes even early on and gets to that level 7 mark, gets to the level 4 mark, that's where you start winning. When you get these crazy trades on and you go for the all-in, Beatrix, sure, she can answer, but it's actually really hard, much favoring the Brody now.
Yep, speaking of which, Fried Chicken actually using Nibiru's passion on towards JPL. That opens up that tier 1, and now we're already seeing Potato get on towards Shark here. Circling Eagle, going to buy a little bit of time, but he goes down over towards their jungler's side, and EVOS SG powering
the top side, and now Mobazane is going to be targeted.
That's what you'll want to see here. Getting the kill with the execution. He's 3-0-1 right now. I'm very excited to see Benedetta pop off once again.
Yeah, we could see as well that Mobazane looks like he's not that used to going for the jungler. Barats is not really working with his teammates, and now they're having a lot of problems.
That actually kills through the Aegis here. Zia ends up going down. That's a little sad. I mean, the guiding wind and the Aegis was just not enough. Adamir with just a Blade of Despair doing some good work. Now, EVO's actually going to be hovering around the turf, and it looks like
all across the map by invading and looking for more picks. But even if they go for an all-out fight, they're going to win.
No, and now they're already looking for Fly Chicken here. It's going to be Feather Airstrike. Numenon Blast is going to come down, but JPL really not getting any value out of that ultimate as they all disengage. You know, speaking of the items here, I'm going to throw it over to you, Mirko. Potato did... Oh, wait, hold on! They find the initial kill for the side of BTK. A little bit of retribution back as the second kill has come on over. Potato finding his initial shutdown on towards Fly Chicken. The mid lane now opened up, and the question still is Winter Truncheon plus Calamity Reaper. Is it the new build? Is it the new way to go?
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
I mean, JPL should be fine. I think it's
You gotta talk about BTK as well. Their draft right now, honestly, like that Farsa is not gonna be able to have a good time here with basically Potato, Gear, and Sayla able to reach him with such like ease. It's gonna be really hard for BTK to look for these crazy fights on the board. Same thing goes for Fly Chicken. It feels like the backline of BTK won't be able to participate in most of the fights.
I think not more than that. BTK want to get a little bit more aggressive, and oh no, Mobazane gets caught. He gets pushed in. He has to use the Daytona's Welcome. He ends up dying. The Cyclone Eye, a mishap for the side of Mobazane. That's a little sad, but here comes Fly Chicken. Look for that one shot out to JPL, but he manages to get the Guardians. But more than he could chew. The eye for an eye was a good idea, but Victor, Sharezu just too good.
Oh, he is able to stabilize this lane as well for his team. That means that at least they have one static lane to go for the farm. And now for BTK, they have lost their turret in the bottom lane. Maybe they can push another lane here, or maybe contest this turtle that actually just turned into the Lord. 9 minutes into this game. We're gonna see how EVO's SG will try to control this Lord area as Victor split pushes top.
Oh, wait, bot side.
Oh, they've already found the mega kill here. Potato, he's starting to snowball really well, and it looks like it's going to be a full mage build coming out of him. He wants to one-shot his targets at fast.
Oh, my Adamir actually doing it really well. He's actually juking every single feathered airstrike there, and it will be one of the huge ultimates already burnt out before the fight even happens.
I mean, we say that one of the big ultimates come out, and even Adamir using the Torn Apart Memories. It's on a shorter cooldown, to be fair, but at this point, the question is how many items does Zia have in comparison to Adamir?
Well, I think that Zia, it won't matter as much because he has the mystery shop anyway, so at least can have a great farm. And that is not that true for Sayla, who only has got Ice Queen 1 the last time I checked. I think his next item will be Brute Force Breastplate, so that whenever BTK wants to go for the backlines, at least he'll be able to tank up, and then the shield
has ran away. Oh no, Adamir!
Oh, Adamir, he's definitely going to die here. It's going to be 2 ultimates being dedicated to him, and now JPL falls in the line of fire. Zia has more than enough damage to shut him down. This is going to be a Lord initiation.
Oh no, that was a costly mistake coming out from Adamir, showing himself in the bottom lane, and the pincer maneuver from BTK. We talk about this.
Oh, pincer indeed, and they find the initial kill on towards Matilda's side, but Fly Chicken looking to snipe somebody down. They are looking to trade so well, so good. Potato manages to outplay the situation, getting a triple kill off of that. A great Winter's Truncheon. Dodge it, Maniac. Can he get it? Give it to him. But no, they're playing so objective-based. Potato.
He went in, dishes a lot of damage onto Mobazane, then he pops the Winter's Truncheon, baiting so much, and actually Mobazane, he was forced. He didn't have anything else, and that's the thing about the Barretts. Once you go in, you need to keep on going, you need to commit, and he simply wasn't able to.
Oh my goodness. For Mobazane, we have not seen literally one good Daytona's Welcome from him, and he has to pick up the slack and maybe not get tilted because of the factor. Maybe this is the play that they're looking for.
Look, I would be tilted. Like the last time it happened is just getting blocked by the shield. Next thing that happens, you get stunned up and then out with the dash. No, he finally goes down. Sick of it, BTK start knocking at the door of EVO's SG as they open up mid-tier 1 and look for more here.
Oh my god, that was a huge mistake by Potato. After getting the Maniac, now getting shut down. Without him, his team is gonna struggle, and just like that, Evos are forced away from their turrets.
Wait, Gear already. He gets stunned up, was not able to get the eye for an eye in time. Does he hold it? Yes, he does. He's dashing to buy. Oh my goodness, he's making everybody look at him. It's a cat and mouse game between BTK and Gear, who takes the Cyclone Eye to buy even more time. He doesn't get over the wall. Plenty of dashes here so far. Look at that. 3 people. A cat and mouse chase. Oh, my chicken tries to go for the tactical roll to snipe him out, but he's already got the eye for an eye. He's so good at this Benedetta. He's running so fast, and Mobazane is going to get hit by, JPL! A flicker of a lifetime to capture 2. And now Shark is on the run. Victor going to start this initiation off. There's going to be no feather airstrike for the follow-up here, but Adamir, he's so low, and Zia wants to take him out. A flicker comes on Corp with a real-world manipulation on top of Victor as he's trying to kill Potato. He's struggling, but the damage, it's so good.
Splitting the sides, splitting the targets, it's going to be really hard for you.
And so many bad decisions coming out from BTK as they overly chased on the Benedetta, leaving Mobazane to his own. I mean, Mobazane is a Barrett, a very tanky hero, but against 4 members of EVO's SG, he melted. Very nice decision coming out from Victor to go for Potato, but it also created a disconnect from BTK, where BTK wanted to go for Adamir, so they chose to go for 2 people. Fortunately, they were able to get 1 kill, but imagine if they didn't get any, that would be disastrous for the team.
I mean, honestly, a lot of moments could have been even more disastrous, but Shark, he is literally the savior here. He is the support coming in from BTK, saving his team members from some of the worst positions possible.
You can see from the items itself, man, everyone has already a lot of items here in the 14 minutes of the game. The goal is simply just in the middle. There's no one with the huge lead anymore. BTK, sure, they have the lead right now, 700 gold lead, but it can be overturned really easily. And the thing is, for both of the teams, what do you want to do? Right? Do you want to commit to these crazy fights, or do you want to just look for the trades on the board? For now, it is going to be exactly that. EVO's SG splitting up and looking for trades on that bottom side while BTK get control of that top.
Okay, so from top side, they want to get this Luminous Lord, and maybe that could open up the game. But notice down on bot side, Mina slowly creeping up here to bait out this fight. And yes, here we go. Victor now in a lot of trouble. Has to use his ultimate to get and disengage. But Gear gonna chase him down, very literally run this man down as he's trying to get in towards this fight. Real world manipulation on top of Lord side. They don't have the retribution. Mobazane is gonna get it almost straight away. Here comes the Electro final blow on towards ZSI. Victor now in the, but he's kind of low. It's gonna be Karina taking out Mobazane, and as well as Victor dying over to Gear. They're going to be chasing them down. Gear wants to slow everything possible. What a fight for EVO's SG, but BTK managing to get the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, do you want the objective or do you want the fight, right? EVO's SG, technically, obviously, for their composition, they want the fight. They don't really want to contest for those objectives. They want to split it up, and that's exactly what they do. You see Victor, he was taken out of the fight before it even started, and that is how the Lord fight was turned into EVO's SG side.
Yeah, now they're going to be getting rid of this Lord. Oh my goodness. Like, you got to give it to Gear, man. He's making it happen. JPL using the Numenon Blast early on. It looks like a lot of noise happening up on stage, but here comes the real manipulation to try and get on top of Chicken. It's going to be Gear. He takes out one. Can he get a second one? No. It's going to be, another one. Matilda falls down. He finally, Potato bites the dust. The Zia is able to get a feathered airstrike off, and for some reason, Potato gets punished even though Gear dived the deepest.
Oh my goodness. That was off of only Zia was able to find Potato. Amazing for his team, and BTK. It was a great idea for them to go for the Lord. However, you always have to think about the area of control for EVO's SG. They have so many floor skills coming up from the Eve, the Electro Final Blow, as well as the Numenon Blast. So they have area control, and even when BTK does have the Farsa and the Yuzhong, the team fight is favored for EVO's SG.
Yeah, but they also forgot about their mid-tier 2 down on bottom side from EVO's SG. A little sad, but look at the position that they're in right now.
This is actually really good. Shark is going to face check, and he's going to get stunned up.
Oh, no. That's a little unfortunate, but he is more than tanky enough. Mobazane so deep into the enemy lines. Fire Chicken, he's looking for an opportunity. He lands it onto JPL, but he is a big tanky boy, and he's just going to shrug it off.
You see Mobazane not even considering using the ultimate at this point. I think there's trauma in there, especially after getting all of his ultimates cancelled. We were hyping about how good of a setup this Daytona's Welcome is for better airstrike or the damage up of the Matrix, but Ghost but no cigar for Mobile Zane.
Oh, wait a minute though. Here, he's been so on point on this Benedetta. 5-1-5. I really am interested to see how these team fights will break through once again. Because, again, like I said, because of the Benedetta, Potato on that Karina and the Yves, it seems like the back line just aren't able to play whatsoever from the side of BTK. Every single time, either one of them are picked off the board before a fight starts, or Fight Chicken and Zia just are unable to get the damage done onto the right targets.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely saw what Gear is thinking there for a moment. He's like, maybe I could proxy this wave and cut it early on and pull attention to myself, but I'm guessing that the rest of the EVOS SG members said, no, don't do that. Like, all 5 of them there. You ran away from 3 plus an extra 2. I don't think that's going to happen.
For BTK, what we do know about their team, as the Barats lost all of his passive, what we do know about their team is that they struggle in these long games. For EVOS SG, they do thrive in long games. Average game time was about 20 minutes for EVOS SG. Average win time, I mean. So EVOS SG, they know how to play in this kind of field of play, wherein the games are long, so maybe they are inclined to win this game.
I mean, you know, in their grand finals, their very first match in their best of 5 against RSG during MPL Season 2, it was 40 minutes long. Okay, right. I'm pretty sure they kind of know what long games are like.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, right now, what we need to talk about is the map control, right? Because in this 18th minute coming to the 19th, it's all going to come down to map control. BTK, side lane pressure, they simply don't have it. They can't contest the side lane pressure because of the Karina alone. You don't really know where the Karina is. Even if you do you really want to face check it? Do you really want to go and just fight? No. You need to get Potato off the board, or you need to group as 5 and look for him, or look for something, or not, okay? Don't let EVOS SG split the map like this, because every time you do this, it is isolating the members one by one. That's where EVOS SG is able to look for some picks.
Okay, map control it is then. It looks like, you know, let's take a look at where the members are so far. Gear down on bot side, he's going to continue being on the opposite side of wherever the objective needs to be, because he's Benedetta. He's one fast boy. There's don't bother chasing him. It's not going to be fun.
All right. I just want to say though, Benedetta ain't a boy, so.
Look, I'm talking about Gear, man. He is a very young boy.
All right. Yeah, he is, and he's very. How to say this? It's macro-based. That's what I like. I mean, I like about him is that he's young, but he's already thinking like a veteran, right?
Oh, look at this though. The macro play is coming in from EVOS SG as they push in the bottom side. Victor is forced to come in, but that might be the side of EVOS SG. Yep, capitalizing and going for the Lord now. They're the one with the initiative, and this is going to be back and forth.
Wow.
Benedetta has pushed out the mid, and the setup is there for EVOS.
Yep, they're looking for it. Here comes the Feather Airstrike. They want to force that fighting Gear. He's going right into the deep end.
Oh.
Looking for Zia. He does find Zia. Feather Airstrike's already been used, but Victor now going to be chasing it up. BTK have played this well, and now looking on the attack. They've sacrificed their tier 2, but they've already obtained Lord. A good macro play coming out from EVOS SG.
That was perfect for EVOS SG. They got the bottom lane, and they forced Yu Zhong to go into that lane. The worst hero to go for your BTK, just because of the fact that they needed the Yu Zhong to disrupt the team fight for the Lord fight. And BTK lost so much. They lost the inhibitor, they lost the Lord, almost losing all of their heroes. But now let's see their defense. They have Beatrix as well as Farsa, as well as the Barats. So wave clear is there. However, can they last against EVOS SG?
It's all about the setup coming in from EVOS SG. Look at the way they're pushing in 2 waves at once and leaving that bottom side, because the inhibitor has been taken away already, right? So they're trying to siege this down, and already they've used up 2 ultimates from BTK. One coming from Fight Chicken and Zia. This is going to be a very good setup for the next wave that's building up again.
It's going to be mid as well as the bottom wave going to be crashing in now. They need to open up this inhibitor, and yes, they do. They've already found it. Victor's going to start things off by turning into the Black Dragon form to buy some time and disrupt the enemy team, but he's taking so much damage here. Lord is about to die here, but so far, Fight Chicken tries to point it out. The base is in trouble as they drop the real one manipulation. GG, well played. EVOS SG, checkmate on that game.
The name of this game, the second game, is Forced Errors coming in from EVOS SG. They literally, every single error that BTK made wasn't their fault. It was because of the forced error. The draft forced an error from the Farsa, from the Beatrix. The gameplay, the execution forced an error from Victor, who is always in the sidelines trying to clear. And that's just been the pattern that EVOS SG has been using to capitalize and get that gold lead.
I'm going to steal one of Wolf's court. This was a masterclass when it came down to macro play.
I agree. And if you're looking at Evo's SG, it kind of feels like they're in their own element in this game. It feels like it's like they're home, literally and figuratively in that match. Every single move that they were doing was perfect. And you know what really amazes me here is that even when they're leading so much, they aren't overextending. It's a slow roll. And like you said, a masterclass of a macro play. Beautifully done from Evo's SG.
One of the keys to victories? Huh, how ironic why they won here. But more importantly, I think it's going to be a little frustrating here, especially for BTK. It feels like, yes, they were responding correctly, but they continued to get punished and forced into this corner. And you know what? I think it's not for me to say. It's better for the analyst stand to take it away from here. Lafell and Leo, please explain it to us.
We're going to do our best because this was a long, drawn-out game with so many intricacies. Again, congratulations to EVOS SG for evening the score here 1-1. At your service, my name is Leo, joined here by Lafell, and I still cannot get over that huge macro play before the game ended.
Yeah, honestly, gear on it, Benedetta is amazing. But yes, this is the thing when you face against EVOS Singapore, it is a very, very slow burn. This is going to be a battle of stamina, and it depends whether BTK can keep up or not. But yes, on that note, in terms of macro, imagine you managing to get the bottom inhibitor and still get the Lord and then get a few kills for yourself. Again, gear is amazing.
Yep, they got so much out of that trade for the tier 2 up top. I don't know where to put it. Oh wait, maybe they can fit it all in a Tumi bag. Shoutouts to Tumi, our official travel partner. Tumi is the leading international performance luxury brand designed Tumi Esports pro level bags and accessories for gamers on the go. Again, thank you so much, Tumi, for helping M3 happen. Now, back to that moment. It was so well placed. Again, Gear, the Wonder Boy Gear set it up for so long. He was literally living in BTK's jungle and that lower lane for so long. He conditioned the opponents to think, okay, nothing's gonna happen here, until it was too late.
Yeah, Benedetta, we haven't seen her for quite a while, but Gear bringing her back, showing why this amazing hero is still good. It just depends on your mechanics, and Gear has got the mechanics. Now, looking back into the game just now, even Potato himself on this Karina, capitalizing on a lot of mistakes from the side of BTK, where BTK misjudged their own strength, going in a little bit too ham, giving opportunities for Potato to really engage and get those kills, and even managing to get a Maniac. I was kind of hoping for a Savage, but oh well.
You know what? We'll see now in the item builds and, of course, the draft. That's something to note as well, because it's very, very interesting to note that Mobile Zane decided to go the route of the jungle Barats, right? Already, the casters were hyping it up. Yo, this is so good for BTK's lineup because, again, they seem to be closer to Blacklist than they would like to admit, right? Comfortably so. This looks like a very Blacklist kind of gameplay, and just looking at them as well, they like to stick together. They like to clump up, which makes what EVOS was doing all the more effective.
Yeah, again, I completely agree with you. And EVOS, probably that is one of the reasons how they could actually fight against this kind of composition, because it is something that we have seen a lot of. Again, Blacklist International has played for a very, very long time. Looking at itemization over here, Potato really focusing on the damage. However, as we can see right now, he has an immortality, but before the immortality, he just saved that slot for Dreadnought Armor. So whenever he goes in, he can still handle the Yuzong, he can still handle the Beatrix. So Potato on this Karina is a pick that you really have to respect. And Adamir on this Brody is so strong. The moment that he made a mistake where he, as well as Lolita, died, it almost completely shifted the game into BTK's favor.
Yeah, not to mention the role player in Sayla's Eve. You're wondering, why is there a brute force breastplate there? It's because he really played the battle mage role. He understood that he's not gonna be like your usual Eve that's hidden in a bush. He understood that Victor was gonna try to dive him, Fried Chicken was gonna try to blast him out, and that he was going to maybe catch a Circling Eagle from Shark or two. Looking at the game stats, again, this is a 19-10 game over the course of, 22 minutes. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, and looking at the damage, I'm liking Gear. 70,000 damage on this Benedetta. Potato 69. Both of these heroes are close, but EVOS SG using assassin-type heroes to go to the backline, making sure that Fried Chicken can play. 30,000 damage, even lower than what was in on his Barats.
Yep, super well placed that Beatrix was because, again, of how Gear played. Look, Gear is even giving Zia a run for his money. This is a farsa. This is a farsa that Zia was playing, and even Gear out-damaged him. Looking at the total heals, of course, you can expect that from Shark, as well as Victor with the Sha energy. It's just the way that the Yuzhong works. As well, damage to towers. Again, off of the back of that Benedetta. I don't know who the MVP is just yet, but I have a feeling that we have to have an award for the Wonder Boy. Let's go on over and check out the actual MVP. Of course, we're awarding it to Potato on the Karina. So close to the Savage, he did get a Maniac.
Yeah, here's the thing. Gear has competition in his own team. Potato showing off with his Karina. We have seen a few teams actually banning this away from him, and he showed why today, having 10 kills overall, 95% of kill participation. I still remember earlier in the game, whenever Potato is in the bush, he himself is a death bush. He doesn't need his team. He's just gonna stay there. Oh, White Chicken's coming over? Well, you're gonna get deleted. Anyone else coming over? Well, same for you. Unfortunately, you're gonna get deleted.
And that's only made possible because of his item builds. In previous months, when the Karina jungle came out, it was more of a tank, but this one is more of a burst mage type with the Winter Truncheon, the Calamity Reaper, and the Concentrated Energy, and that Holy Crystal. So again, congratulations to Potato. A whopping 95% kill participation. I did not notice that he was really just bursting people down. I always thought that Karina was a finesse type hero, but Potato just really carried here. We're gonna check out the highlights in just a bit. We'll go back and throw it over to game number 1 here, where BTK took it.
Yeah, this is a very difficult match for the side of EVOS because, again, we've missed out a lot. But Moba Zane on the Roger, no matter how low he gets, no matter if you are able to stun him up, he is able to get back into the game, and the healing from the Rafaela doesn't make it any easier. 6-0-6. Moba Zane on his game is very, very insane. And again, Eve controlling the pace, making it very difficult. Now, game number 2, on the side of EVOS, they themselves has an Eve, but the real showstopper is 2 people.
Yep, and that's gonna be Gear and Potato. Of course, you have your role players like Sayla here zoning out the rest of BTK. But yeah, now that we're looking back at the highlights, again, we were so consumed by the macro plays. When it comes to a mechanical level, you see here how Potato just cleans house.
That was a Yuzong. That was a Yuzong. And seriously, in this kind of situation, it is very difficult for the side of BTK because they need to win against the Vendetta. But when Gear plays like that, when he is able to time his eye for an eye so perfectly, not only for the damage, but as well as the crowd control. I still remember a situation where he was in the bush, and the Vendetta, the Beatrix was far away with Renner, but still he managed to use eye for an eye for Renner's damage. And he was able to dash out fine. That was amazing.
Yep, I got to shout out even JPL. He played great on the Lolita. Got a few flashy moves on the way out as well. So yeah, if you are behind BTK, if you are behind EVOS SG, make sure you show your support by getting those battle emotes. We prepared exclusive battle emotes for all the teams here at M3, and each battle emote has its own voiceover. Get them now and support your favorite team. From the 29th of November up until the 12th of December, you can cheer for your team by adding support points. We just awarded yesterday the winner of this award, Player's Choice Team of M3, and even the most popular player at M3. Our Hyoshi just took all the awards, man. Congratulations again as well to the baby alien Albert, who is still battling it out in the lower bracket. They're still in it. Show support. Again, this has been awarded at the site of the M3 World Championship. However, due to contract restrictions, MVG Battle Emotes will not be on sale at this time. Again, on behalf of LaFell, the casters, my name is Leo at your service. M3 is powered by Moonton, supported by the Singapore Tourism Board, and presented to you guys by TikTok Live. M3 will be right back. Game 3 between BTK and EVOS SG coming your way.
stop me. I'm going faster, wanna break away. I love the way it feels. It's the adrenaline, we're going all the way. Cause we never ever going down. You got me walking through the fire. We don't catch a slide when we were young. Never run from the fight, yeah, we climb to the top. Never run from the fight, all the way to the top. Never run from the fight, yeah, we rise to the top. Burning up now, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm going faster, wanna break away. I love the way it feels. It's the adrenaline, we're going all the way. Cause we never ever going down. You got me walking through the fire. We don't catch a slide when we were young. Never run from the fight, yeah, we climb to the top. Never run from the fight, all the way to the top. Never run from the fight, yeah, we rise to the top. Burning up now, nothing's gonna stop me. Oh baby, please, oh yeah. Cause we never ever going down. You got me walking through the fire. We don't catch a slide when we were young. Never run from the fight, yeah, we climb to the top. Never run from the fight, all the way to the top. Never run from the fight, yeah, we rise to the top. I'm burning up now, taking higher levels. I'm in a bad spot, trouble to my knees. I need a taste, sipping on heaven. You got me waiting, waiting for you. We're chasing trophies, got me ready, don't you worry. I feel the power, I'm the champion. You got me running for the glory. Good to let this go. Burning up now, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm going faster, wanna break away. I love the way it feels. It's the adrenaline, we're going all the way. Cause we never ever going down. You got me walking through the fire. We don't catch a slide when we were young. Never run from the fight, yeah, we climb to the top. Never run from the fight, all the way to the top. Never run from the fight, yeah, we rise to the top. I'm on a rush now, winning, that's my focus. I need some ice, you gotta cool me down. I feel my nirvana coming closer. You got me waiting, waiting for you. We're chasing trophies, got me ready, don't you worry. I feel the power, I'm the champion. You got me running for the glory. Good to let this go. Burning up now, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm going faster, wanna break away. I love the way it feels. It's the adrenaline, we're going all the way. Cause we never ever going down. You got me walking through the fire. We don't catch a slide when we were young. Never run from the fight, yeah, we climb to the top. Never run from the fight, all the way to the top. Never run from the fight, yeah, we rise to the top. I'm running up now, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm going faster.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Mobile Legends BangBang M3 World Championship. We are here at Game 3 of EVOS SG versus BTK. My name is Getting Q. Here with me on the desk, we've got Miracle as well as Wolf. So far, the games have been a little back and forth, but the one thing that has been consistent, BTK slow. Well, I wouldn't even say, sorry, I was about to say slower, but snowball out of control. EVOS SG, much of more of a slow roll macro player.
Which kind of makes you think that both teams are just sticking to their identities, right? For BTK, their bread and butter was to be aggressive with Mobazane just popping off, with the Roger and other heroes that is like that. And then if you're looking at EVO's SG, it's all about the macros, all about trying to make the most out of the map, and so far they were successful with it.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just you got to try and be the best of the best. Keep your identity, scream that personality. So that is why we are going to be shouting out our sponsor of today, which is going to be Frank by OCBC. Be the MVP of both skill as well as style with Frank Debit Card. Out of over 60 designs, pick one that screams your personality or your dreams. And by the way, you can refer your friends now and receive a $10 cashback per successful referral. So keep that in mind. Speaking of which, Miracle, talk to me about these teams here, because so far it's just clashing, contrasting personalities all the time.
Yeah, I'll take that point as well from Wolf, right? The fact that BTK, they want to play it aggressively, and I think picking up a hero for Mobazane in the first phase has got to be crucial for this team. All right, letting it go until the second phase. We know Evo Singapore, they're the team that banned out 5 heroes of Mobazane, all right? And they made it work in the group stage. Now it's coming back again to bite BTK's in the butt, all right? They need to start picking these heroes for BTK as fast as possible for Mobazane.
That makes me think that might be the third pick. So if this is the blue side for BTK, we don't know yet the sides, right? So I'm just assuming, let's say Evo still gets the first pick, they get the E for themselves, and then there will be the Yuzhong for the side of BTK. The way that they did it is Yuzhong plus Beatrix. Maybe then they get the Mobazane hero, get the Roger, before the fact, before Evo's will be able to ban it out.
So generally making sure that they get it within the first rotation rather than the initial first pick. Okay, that's interesting to say, because I was thinking more along the lines of, because so far what we've seen from them is they like to go all the way to the end. They want to make sure that he's got the most optimal jungler at that point of time, and having the support system built around it. It does kind of mean that somebody has to bite the bullet.
It does. That's always the case, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about the hero pool, all right? We gotta see this, all right? Sure, Mobazane has proved to the world that he's not a marksman-only type of player, but he has a very similar hero pool to Wise, right? But maybe a little bit less than Wise, right? He likes to play these heroes like the Barretts, like the Balman in the jungle. He likes to play the marksman, but we don't see any assassins so far. Sure, we have seen the assassins for Mobazane back in his streams, but in the M3 stage, we haven't seen that. And that is the thing that EVO's SG can capitalize on.
Yep, and so far for EVO's SG, what they did in Game 2 as an adjustment is to do just that. Get the heroes that they want on specific players. For example, the Karina Potato. It doesn't matter whether or not this Karina will be able to counter anyone from the side of BTK, as long as it is the comfort pick for Potato. And you also have Adamir's Brody. We saw already that the Beatrix was picked up, so you don't really need to think about the lane matchup anymore if you're the Brody. So very good adjustment coming out from EVO's SG. And for BTK, I will not be surprised if that is also the approach come Game 3.
They need to go with a similar approach. I mean, for EVO's SG, right? Ban away Mobazane, pick the heroes like that Karina on Potato, because funny, why Karina works so well on Potato is because that counters Mobazane's heroes, man. Like, firstly, those marksmen, it gets so dumpstered in the jungle. There's nothing they can do, especially when EVOS builds it up with the synergy in the mid lane. When you have these aggressive mid laners that can get control over it, they're so easy, so susceptible to these invades in the early game.
Well, actually, you know, let's refine the point a little bit more. It kind of forces Mobazane on something that is not hard carrying games here. Marksman's in particular. That's kind of interesting, because that begs the question. I'm pretty sure in that draft alone, we didn't get to see too many assassin bans overall. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, that is true, because if you think about it, the Roger is not actually an assassin ban, right? An assassin hero. It's a fighter and a marksman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is a fighter marksman, but like Hayabusa as well as Ling.
Hayabusa, No Ling, your double S heroes in the assassin role.
Your double S heroes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're amazing.
I am amazing. Thank you for that, man. But honestly, what else is amazing? EVOS SG's macro game, and that's something that BTK needs an answer for. How are they able? They need to be able to force these fights to happen. They need to be able to force their gameplay onto EVOS SG, because right now in game number 2, they were just following. They were following EVOS SG's lead. The tempo was all on EVOS.
Was it entirely in EVOS's favor here? I feel like to a certain degree, BTK was looking for a response from EVOS SG, and they never gave it to them until the favor is in their hands, which, to be fair, is a little difficult, but it does kind of tell us that, you know, EVOS is kind of woken up from game number 1.
Well, to be fair, in game number 2, we saw BTK control the turtle area, and there was so many times where they utilized Victor. And so far, Victor has been phenomenal with his Yu Zhong. And very impressive at that. It's just that the hero, it kind of is team-based, you know? The solo plays coming out from Victor that eventually gets swallowed up by his teammates was actually really good. You're going to see some flashes of him and his mastery with the Yu Zhong. But then again, they trade too much. You want to use your Yu Zhong in the team fights, specifically that ultimate. And you know what? EVOS SG is a team that really punishes those kinds of, you know, forced errors, like we said.
Yeah, on that note though, I do want to talk about how EVOS SG were able to get the victory overall in game number 2. The thing is, they were able to get the side lane pressure. With the side lane pressure, basically every single fight, every single pick-off, it's a forced error. Victor always had to respond to that bottom side with gear pushing in. And with that, Potato comes in with the Karina and becomes such a huge threat. And now it is if BTK can respond to that, alright? That's what I'm trying to say here based on the draft. Just now you mentioned it also, right? So let's see, EVOS SG still sticking with the same bans, Yisun Shin and the Natan. BTK going for the Clint and the Paquito. This means the same thing. They're going for the same bans overall.
It's just the order for EVOS. A little bit changed as it was the Esmeralda's their last ban, but this time it's the second ban. It's still the same. Now EVOS will they go for the Eve. I think that's the best choice now for EVOS. It's one of the heroes that Sayla, can play so well. And as per script, and then use on Beatrix. Is that how it goes?
I get this could be a repeat of game number 2 here. Highly possible, but I want to see whether BTK has thought of it. Maybe a potential adaptation here. Beatrix, okay. Is it going to be Yu Zhong? Is it going to be the Vendetta? Is it going to be Lapu Lapu? Are they really going to change things up? Or are they going to stick to the same things once more? Maybe an early Roger lock-in for that third pick.
There is a fun fact here in the series. So far, Beatrix has a 0% win rate here in the series, right? 2 games being played. The team who picks up Beatrix, they lose so far. Now, we can talk a little bit about that. Why has that happened? Because we've mentioned on this desk multiple times, this is an OP hero. Even when you're losing, you're winning.
Well, you have the OP counter to it, which is the Eve. I think that's my simple answer to it. Instead, Roger? BTK, they want to be stolen away. Now, the answer to the Roger of EVOS from previous game was the Lilia as well as the Bait.
You know what the best answer is? Ruby. Ruby.
Hey, I love the Ruby here. If it is comboed up with the Eve, that's going to be perfect.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm just waiting for EVOS to be like, haha, it's going to be. They hover over it and switch on over to Cho or something.
I play Roger, all right? And I know that Ruby is just the worst hero to go against, because every time you go in, whether or not he has the I'm offended, the stun, even just the stun alone, that melee stand, it really is a nuisance, and that can destroy the tempo.
I call it the combo breaker from the Ruby, because it really just disrupts all of the combos. Go Brody and the Karina. Same picks, and you still go Yu Zhong here if you're BTK.
I'm just staring Gideon down right now as he's laughing because the Ruby doesn't come through again. And it's most probably going to be banned by BTK, or maybe perhaps even picked up. Alright, because you are going against that Karina, that Ruby could be good, but Lolita will be the pick right now. It's a good pick considering that EVOS have that Brody.
I do like the adaptations here coming in for BTK. Goodness, I wish the camera was on us when he was staring me out, because God, that was funny. Now, looking towards the second phase, I'm expecting adaptations coming in for BTK. Yep, there we go. The Benedetta has been such a nuisance for them to actually handle here. And I think, you know, Victor is very comfortable in his matchups, even when he doesn't have Esmeralda. So far, this game is probably going to test him here.
Well, if you are EVOS SG, you ban out the Yu Zhong now, right? Because it is definitely a comfort for BTK. That's only the hero that they did not pick in game number 3. Other heroes that can be picked in the Expedite for BTK, actually there's not much, because in their first series against Blacklist International, it's entirely the Esmeralda and then one off pick onto this Cho. So I'm really, not liking the odds of BTK here, as their Victor hero might be completely banned out.
Your
There
team
it is.
is banning.
Yep. Now, I'm curious to see, because this is one of the few times that we see BTK actually lock in their jungler early.
Yes.
So that does open up the last 2 bans for EVOS to kind of focus around maybe
Your
one
team
person,
is banning.
or are they going to ban out the Farsa?
Yeah. Well, they did ban out the Rafaela, or said the BTK, which was also one of the heroes that EVOS really likes, and is also one of the strongest heroes in the meta game right now. Looking at the other, bans for EVOS, it is true that the Farsa will be great because it is a good matchup eventually against the Eve, and it's also a problem if you're the Karina just looking for the Farsa. Then again, there's an argument that you have ways to deal with it anyways, so you just let it go, right? So EVOS SG can go for those kind of decisions. Maybe actually ban the Uranus.
Or just ban out the Rupee this
Yeah,
time
the
around.
Rupee.
I think actually for either one of these teams, Rupee is pretty decent here. So let's see, with 5 more seconds on the clock, the final ban coming in from
Your
EVOS to
team
finish
is
things up.
Farsa.
Now you know how I feel.
Farsa. Ruby's cursed.
There's no
Ruby's
go.
just cursed right now. Cho actually picked up. Now that is actually really good. I like
Yep.
that. I like that from BTK. Going up for the Cho. Remember, last time we did see the Cho on Victor, he brought the tank emblem, not
Yeah.
high and dry, and actually proved to be a really, really good pick. Now going up against an assassin, boom, bada bing.
BTK, I will guess that this is a Saber last pick. I will guess that it's a Saber last pick. Gonna put it there. And for EVOS,
They
But
already have the
Roger.
Roger.
But Roger, though.
well, they can still pick it up.
For which lane?
They
Mid lane?
They can use
For
it as a
both?
mid lane, that's right. Because this was their main composition as the main lockdown to go for the Beatrix.
Ah, that's
There
the
it
point.
is!
Finally!
Let's
when
go!
when you least expect it, that's when Ruby comes out as going
Oh,
to be
they
the
go for
support
the
for the
Lilia
team.
instead.
But yes, the Lilia is going to be shown up here. This is going to be interesting because now Gear is going back on this Uranus. Game number 1 didn't exactly go into his favor. Maybe this is some form of retribution. I'm excited to see how Victor is going to play this one out. It's not going to be easy by any means. He's going to have to dodge quite a lot of abilities with that Chapeau.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the composition of BTK, almost the same. This is 80% the same as what they used against Blacklist International in their Game 1 victory in that upper bracket bout. Save for the Roger, which was subbed in by a Saber. So if you will expect some pickups coming out from BTK, fast-paced as well, and how they play it. But for the side of EVOS SG, it's going to be a lot of macro play once again. Uranus versus the Roger. We've seen it in the previous series. It did not work. 100% of the time that Uranus went against the Roger, he lost.
Well, it's time to get into the land of Dawn to really test it, whether or not it's going to be worth the risk. It's going to be EVOS SG on the blue side with BTK on the red once again. It's going to be a slow roll game here, knowing how EVOS SG plays, but let's see if BTK can crack them open again.
Yeah, what BTK needs to do right now with Shark on the Lolita is look for these early pickoffs, right? Early fights on the board. Maybe go for the little Wanderer as well as Potato. This is one thing that I am concerned about. Potato on the Karina. We saw how lethal he was, and again, just that early control will be 100% for EVOS SG. But wait a minute.
He's already on the roll, but so far, Potato's the one who blocks the shots for the open fire. Things are looking good, but then there you have it. We're seeing that, Gear not exactly taking level 1, not willing to sacrifice HP just yet until he hits level 2. So a good play coming in for BTK.
No. Victor actually celebrated when they got the Cho. If you saw that camera, he's pretty happy with this because it is really the composition that they want to have. And so far, they are being aggressive in the bottom lane.
Oh, talk about sidesteps coming in from Adamir.
Not just from Adamir. Honestly, this has been the trend for EVOS SG ever since that second game. It feels like even Gear has just been juking every one of those sniper shots.
It's got to be a little frustrating because that's a lot of big damage that Fried Chicken is missing out on. But so far, Mobazane going to be attacking Gear so far. Lycan form already out with Lycan Pounce coming in soon. No, he's not going to commit to it.
Victor actually held out. He had the flicker. Could have used the flicker, but he didn't have the Way of the Dragon yet. So maybe that's the decision why. Want to play it passively. For now, as BTK actually will go for the Scaled Lizard play. This is what they did in game number 2. Game number 1, it was game number 2 with the Barretts, right?
Yep,
so,
yep.
Yeah, they were punished for it. Now, this time, they would just want to go to the turtle.
Yeah,
This is great for BTK. They want to try to force fights onto the neutral objectives. This is the only way they can bait Evo's SG to walk out of their own base, and surely enough, it is working right now.
well, let's see how far they can go with this, because now this is going to be the first contestation. We're not seeing any other rotations except Victor. He's coming on in. He wants to get into the woods, that back line, and yep, Evo's SG just going to have to back away. No priority over the lane means no contestation game.
Wonderful play coming up from BTK as they utilized Zia as well. Nice way to check the bush so that the aggression coming up from Evo's SG will not come through. And eventually, Evo's SG just had to concede the turtle. BTK still going and checking all their, taking off their check boxes as they want to play aggressively with this Roger.
Oh, yeah, speaking of aggressively, Gear is just winning out his trades against Victor, which is good because this is probably going to force him back, but he kicks Gear right under the turret here. He's taking so much damage, manages to get out just in time as Potato says hello. Luckily, Victor playing that well, flickering out just in time.
Well done.
You can see the tank emblem finally showing why it's so worth it, but look at this fight.
Initial dive coming out towards the bottom side here. Shark blocking a lot of that damage. Gets pulled back under the turret once again, but Animir already using his ultimate. Sayla, is he going to drop down the real world manipulation? Do they know he's in the brush? JPL is going to open it up. Here we go. Real world manipulation should be coming on out, but it's going to be Wesker that blows him up first. They find the first initial kill. If they get rid of Fried Chicken, it's going to be up in terms of gold. Double kill coming out of Sayla. Good decisions being made by Fried Chicken, though.
Good decisions made by JPL there. He went in knowing full well that they have backup. It doesn't matter if he dies. Sure, the shotgun was able to take him down, but now, oh my god, Mobazane taking all of that turret gold in that mid lane.
Wow.
Switching the gold lead again.
I really love that decision coming out from BTK. Yes, they did lose out in the battle on the bottom lane, but that also meant that Sayla, the mid laner, will go to the bottom lane. That meant that BTK will get 3 outer turret energy shields in this part of the map. Then the trade-off was just a half outer turret energy shields in the bottom lane. So far, they have taken the lead because of that mini move, and the way that they managed that deficit was really wonderfully done coming out from BTK.
Speaking of mini moves, BTK going to be making the money moves here down as they try to start taking away and stripping away the energy shields from bottom side. The rest of Evo says she's slowly moving up here. They're going to take the bottom tier 1, but JPL, he's already finding out defender onto 3 targets, giving a blast, lands on nobody. But Fried Chicken is already down, and Potato looking to start shredding through the members of BTK one by one. He finds Zia next. Calamity Reaper's already bought. Mobazane's on the run. Sayla, real world manipulation, only can get so much here.
Really good moves from BTK, honestly. I'm not going to lie. That was amazing. The fact that they are able to play for the winning lanes. Again, like I mentioned in the second game, Fried Chicken on this Beatrix should win early on against that Brody. He only wins in all-ins. If you just come in and zone this Brody, it is going to be the free turret, especially considering that how fast Beatrix takes turrets. That is the winning condition for this team, and they get it. Even though they lose out in the gold, if they were able to get the turret down.
With the lack of outer turret energy shields, the bottom lane will be pushed easily by Evo's SG, but the trade-off for BTK will be the turtle. And some damage up top. Maybe they'll get a kill or 2 as Evo's SG looks like they want to fight this one.
Well, speaking of fight, JPL finding 2. He gets the taunt initially.
Oh, Fried Chicken!
Oh my goodness, Potato is going to get hit. He should be going down here, but they find the kill from Fried Chicken's side. Nicely played. His Gear that's going to be the next to fall as Mobazane runs him down. JPL and Adamir having another engagement on towards Victor's side, but here comes the real world manipulation on towards Shark. They find an initial trade back, but can they kill Zia? No, Zia has done more than enough. Top side goes down. BTK now taking the initiative.
Okay, so BTK, very good ambush using the Fried Chicken in that spot around the new bush so that they will be able to take out at least one. And they had a chance to put JPL as well as Adamir so low that they eventually got the kill because of the Numinum Blast. And BTK, they're winning off of just positioning in this map, and they know exactly how to play this Roger game.
The fact of the matter is, BTK, even though they're losing out on the kills some of these times, they're getting the objectives. So they are they're translating these kills really, really well. Every single kill that they've gone, it has translated to an objective. The turtle, the turret, 2 turrets and 2 turtles. BTK are controlling the game really, really well, showing Evo's SG how it's done in the macro game here in Game 3.
They're rolling fast and they're rolling quick here. That's what I like about BTK. They're not playing for the slow roll. They're looking for that big snowball. And Evo's SG on the other side, they are just taking their time here because really there is no rush. But here it comes. JPL already being spotted up. Zia doing a good job on this Lilia, zoning them out. Adamir who manages to juke the last one, but he's on the run here as Mobazane wants to run him down. Real world manipulation already coming down. And they find the kill onto Wartrek. That's one. Can they go for more? No. They start backing away. Potato dies in the process.
And that's why I really like that Cho pick coming into BTK's composition. It is that way of the dragon locking down the assassin that they really need. That peel coming in clutch once again for BTK.
And they did that all under the real-world manipulation. That's how confident they are. And what a good trade coming out from BTK as they took down Potato, the jungler of Evo's SG, for trade for a position for Roman. Victor with the plays once again.
Yep, he gets the kick initially, but he does hit Mobazane a couple of times under the turret here. This is a really interesting fight, but Shark is going to disengage them. All right, not fully charged to get the stun on towards Potato, but that's going to be two big ultimates already being used. Evo's SG will take this turtle.
Would have been great for BTK if they found that kick on from Victor. Very nice start coming out from BTK, but they lost the turtle because of that.
Oh, this is so obnoxious. Gear's just being so annoying here, but now 4 members coming to save the day. Gear can hold so much here. He gets kicked under the turret again. Gear gives over the kill, but they find the return kill on towards Mobazane. JPL comes with a fat flicker as well as an I'm offended.
Right as we're talking about conversion from the side of BTK, the objective conversion, Evo's SG just flipped it on its head again and showing once again how to get these turrets done. Sure, Gear did die there, but he died for a cost. That's a worth it death in my books. And BTK, they've lost Mobazane once. Remember what I said about Roger, you need that kill to get to the snowball. So far, he hasn't been able to get a single kill.
Yep. And you already talked about the trade-off. That was an amazing one as BTK lost the turtle, their mid lane turret, and the life of this Roger. So farming time has been hindered by the side of Evo's SG, and now they are slowly chipping away from the lead that BTK was able to get. That mid lane turret loss was something that BTK don't want to have for sure, as they want to take control of the mid lane part of the map so that they have access to their own jungle as well as the enemy's jungle.
Now mid lane is going to get controlled here. I think this is the most important objective for BTK. If they can crack open that mid lane, they can start pressuring the jungle. But so far, I'm not going to lie, Victor's Cho isn't that bad. It's been doing so much good work here.
I agree.
Amazing. You know, this is one of the reasons that they were able to get the win over Blacklist International. The pick from Victor. He's not just not bad on this hero, he is amazing on the Cho. Well, probably even, I'm going to have to say it, one of the best here, especially with that tank emblem, showing that it is one of the, probably the only tank emblem ones, very unique.
Yeah, in the XP lane role. I mean, in the roam role, surely you can use it. I saw Hatred use the mid lane Cho with the high and dry emblem. But yeah, for an XP lane Cho, he went in for the concussive blast, and so far it has been making wonders. I think that will be itemizing defensively. Already has got the Athena shield. Eventually get the somewhere along the lines of brute force breastplate or maybe a radiant armor, so that they have the ways to deal with this Karina as well as the Eve. Because if you're looking at the members of Evo's SG, they're kind of magic based.
Magic based? I mean, the itemizations can only go so far here, but we need to start talking about scaling here, Mirko.
Yeah, the scaling from both of the teams. It feels like, honestly, both of the teams have the scaling on them. Like, again, for the side of BTK, they have that Roger that can be okay in that late game. They have the Beatrix, but from Evo's SG, I feel like the better scaling is on their side, right? Uranus, firstly, that's going to be able to just tank so much damage in that late game. Sayla on that Eve that just scales, and Adamir still just doing a lot of damage. But with Shark on the board, it's going to be a pick.
Yep, it's going to be, see how you use the Black Shoes very early on after getting caught by the I'm offended. Immediate collapse coming in from Evo's SG, but they're not translating it into a Lord this time. They're going to start splitting. They send Adamir down bot side. Friedrichsen clears the mid lane here, and Victor looking for an opportunity. Nope, doesn't see it just yet. They back off, and Gear continuously just being annoying on Uranus.
Well, this is the Evo's SG that we knew and loved, right? They will take it slow. This time they're going to be poking towards the Lord, maybe just smoking out where BTK members are, force another error on their side, and there you go, JPL.
Yep, JPL's looking for initial engagement here. Numenor
Oh,
Blast gonna be
Victor!
flickering on top of him, stopping the real world manipulation, but they broke him apart. Potato falls down to the Lycan Pounce, and now they're on the run. Second Lycan Pounce, Mobazane on the run here. Adamir does get the initial stun, but well, that's all they're gonna get. That's so disappointing. So many flickers all coming out, but you can already see Gear pushing the limits here against them. He's gonna regenerate his health so far, but here it comes. Real world manipulation trying to take out Victor in time. Zia already using the black shoes to take out Sayla. It's working out so very well. There you have it. Zia coming up huge.
BTK, that was an amazing fight, but it was off of a mistake by JPL. He overcommitted, he went in, he didn't need to do that. They had the kill lead already. They should have just waited and waited and waited. Roger would want to get some kills on the board. They want to go for the engage. What you need to do on this Ruby, sure, you can go for the picks, but mostly peel, just peel, all right? The Yves can be the one who starts the engage.
And they did start with the Eve ultimate, but that meant that BTK had the opening. It was the Numenon Blast on top of the Way of the Dragon from Victor, which really meant that EVOS SG, they're the ones who got peeled by BTK. And then eventually, it's up to Zia to deal the damage, which was phenomenal in that particular clash. Mobazane to finish off the kills, but EVOS SG was able to run away from Victor as White Chicken actually went in for the better trade for BTK. He got 2 turrets after that, and they might not have gotten enough kills in that clash, but boy, oh boy, the economy now favors BTK because of the judgment play coming up from White Chicken.
Yeah, I mean, that was some really good last-second decision-making here, because for all we knew, he could have rotated in, been caught up in all of that mess.
Exactly.
But instead, maximizing the odds and optimizing it in favor of BTK.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. Honestly, I checked the tape once more right there. It was actually started by JPL flickering in front and using the I'm Offended, because that's what I said, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to go for those kind of plays, he needs to be set up by Sayla's real-world manipulation. Getting that utility out will just make it much easier for the I'm Offended to connect, and now, with that mistake, BTK are on the board.
Oh, JPL, he flickers right in behind, finds 3, and here comes the real-world manipulation. Shark trying to stop it with his own Numenon Blast, but it really isn't going to matter because the damage has been done. Zia is the next to fall. Black Shoes has already been used, and now he's on the run as well. Victor, can he get out? Kundo, Potato takes him out with... Oh my goodness, the damage that's coming out of him is just absolutely ridiculous. But Lord is coming on through, and they have bigger opportunities and bigger fish to deal with right now.
I feel like BTK, every single time that they've gone the Lord in Game 2 and Game 3, it was off of a fight and just pure decision-making, right? They don't have the setup properly. Look at the waves. When they get the Lord, they haven't set up properly. The waves are all over the place. The top side is the main example of that. It was pushed up to that second-tier turret, and that's why Gear was able to just rotate and flank.
And this also means that EVOS SG might cut the deficit economically wise, because they will be able to secure the clear waves and eventually get their own jungle, then get a fight and pick off against BTK. Previously, it was somewhere around the lines of 3.3 to 3.5k for BTK, and now they're cutting the deficit. What should they do? Okay, so if you're looking at EVOS SG, definitely get the jump from JPL. And that was a great jump. Come that clash around the Lord, they might have given up the Lord, but they won the fight afterwards because of the jump of JPL.
Well, let's see if they can do it once more, because so far, like, JPL has been getting through the cracks of BTK, and you can see how well spread out they are. They might even sacrifice this tier 2.
You know, I might just go as far to say as JPL is the main guy, you know? He's the one setting up all these plays. Every single time they win a fight, it's all on top of JPL's play. Every time they lose a fight, it's all on top of JPL's play. So this guy is the main man to look at if you're BTK.
Okay, that's fair enough, but let's see how far they can punish him here, because so far all the battle spells are coming back off of cooldown for the side of EVOS SG, and the same can be said about BTK as they're going to pincer Gear once again, setting up that Numenon Blast. He walks on through, Purify, some Consecration already being used, like a pass from Mobazane, but they get the initial kick on towards, you know, he's in trouble. Real-world manipulation trying to bail him out, but it's too late. It's already done. Zia comes in with the Black Shoes, and now we're seeing the Lycan Pounce once again. Mobazane finds the reset, double kill already as he runs down each of the members of EVOS SG. He's already gotten it, already slain him, and oh, that's a little sad. I'm not gonna lie, taking away that Maniac for him, but well done to BTK, who have opened up this game wide. crack the glass. EVOS SG has to take the L. GG, well played to BTK.
USA BTK, that's what they call it, that's what they say during the cheer, and man, oh man, was that a good game by BTK, knowing the limits, and again, that Roger pick coming in very, very nice. Like I said, I said it before the draft, they need to pick up Mobizane's hero fast as possible. Don't give EVOS SG the chance to ban it away, and it works wonders.
Now the first rotation of the Roger, as well as the pickup on this Lilia. This is just the bread and butter of side of BTK. They won against Blacklist International with this, save for the Roger, which was substituted with the Saber, but it is all the same. The Roger coming up from BTK was insane.
Yeah, but I got to shout out to Zia as well. He played a solid game this time round.
I agree.
Really punishing the members of EVOS SG, especially when it comes down to like even JPL. He was taking so much damage from just the shadow energy alone.
Yeah, you see the decision is shot selection coming out from Mobazane in that last clash, but all throughout the game, Lilia was phenomenal, dealing so much damage. Maybe he's getting picked up by the members of EVOS Legends, but EVOS SG, I mean, but overall, a great game from Zia.
Well, that being said, let's break down this game, throwing it over to the caster stand. Our Els, Lafell, and Leo, please take it away.
Els coming at you. Thank you so much to the casters, Leo and Lafell, serving up this game's analysis as very, very swiftly BTK takes the W. EVOS SG, on the other hand, they actually wanted to extend. I think that's one huge just translation of what happened here.
The thing is, from the side of EVOS, I wish some of the players actually stepped up to make a play because Adamir did pretty well. He did not die until the end of the game. He got a lot of assists, but he didn't get a lot of kills. He was not being proactive in terms of how he dishes out the damage. But from the side of BTK, I feel like this Roger should really be respected because we definitely see a big change when Mobazane is on the Barats and when he is on that Roger.
Yep, and again, the first draft or the first half of the draft hasn't really changed much for EVOS SG. They really tried what they did in game number 2 and then tweaked a few things, but BTK was ready on the response. Let's check out the items and the build set up here in the 16-minute bout, 13 to 15. It was very close, but it only took one turnaround for BTK to end.
Yeah, right now, again, looking at how the composition is, I feel like we really have to talk about the ins and outs of the game itself because in this game, Potato didn't play as cleanly as possible. And again, going inside, there is actually a little bit more appeal now with the Cho, as well as this Lolita. Again, having a very instant stun really helps the team out from the side of BTK to survive a lot. Mobazane 5, 1, and 7 just goes in and deal a lot of damage. And this is the thing that I want to see, which is Adamir, only 1, 1, and 8. In terms of item damage, he should be pretty solid. I want to look at the post-game stats, and I hope in terms of damage he did a lot because in this game, he played a little bit too passively for my liking, especially with JPL getting a lot of crazy engages.
Yep, I guess that was a story of the whole push and pull between EVOS and BTK here. JPL would set up very, very nicely. JPL would find those weird engages inside bushes he had no business being in. Just map awareness from the veteran. But yeah, you're right. There was just very little follow-up where it mattered, and BTK really punished that. And when there was an opening, when their aggressive style, that just all-in 5-man team fight opportunity came up, they took advantage, and that's what essentially ended the game.
And the thing is, White Chicken on this Beatrix, we have to look at how he plays because he plays the Wesker a lot, and because of that, the bushes became a little bit more dangerous where whoever goes in, if White Chicken is in there, he can instantly burst you out because once he has that Blade of Despair, Wesker, I would say, is the most damaging gun that Beatrix has in terms of that instant burst. Compared to Demiru, it's kind of a slow roll. Renner has a lot of damage, a lot of range, but Wesker, close range, just gonna blow you up.
Yep, sometimes you just need those 2 pumps and it's over. Fried Chicken, he died a couple of times, but what matters is that last team fight and, of course, those face checks that scored him the 15 kills. The casters also brought up Zia, who has a complete arsenal here despite dying 3 times. I remember a few of the specific times that Zia died. He ate so many ults. So, yeah, even on this Lilia, the support Lilia for mid, he was doing more than just putting in burst. Let's look at the damage. You were curious about that.
Yeah, okay, so Adamir did do the most damage out of his own team. However, 38,000 damage, I feel like he could do a little bit more. I was expecting around the 50,000 mark. Speaking of 50,000 from the side of BTK, White Chicken almost hitting that 50K, Mo was in 52, Zia again